You have to break it. Proceed, we are working hard.
Finally, in good time, perfect. Just the past that I will start from the journey in, the alternative for the assembly building. So I didn't start with this proposal, and then the adjusted kind of master plan proposal according to kind of Lord Foster's kind of involvement in the discussions that we had recently. And the fundamental difference between the two is that Lord Foster feels very, very strong. It's up a very, very clear kind of form that ends up in a much more expanded central feature, which is the government kind of quarter itself. And with the assembly building in the kind of was located here, just off the axis, the Phalalu here, we will kind of run the Phalalu around the kind of space and then out, whereas previously the assembly building was off axis, and that somehow this being the most important building, it really should be your center point of your capital. And then of course the kind of High Court is still exactly the same position. Maybe what we haven't updated in the model that is this road is a very important artery. Thinking of potentially is to lower it, so basically the park can actually be a much more unified park. Because at the moment the flyover, four towers for the kind of various departments, and then of course your address, your most recent kind of decision and choice. And just to kind of finalize, the big difference here on the kind of mixed-use quarter is that we felt very strong about the district. And this is the road where really all the kind of commerce, the shops, the kind of like city life will happen. And then immediately off it is really the residential kind of aspect. So we get living. And then of course you have this fantastic asset, which is the central kind of park. And it can be measured with the best of parks, maybe Central Park or Hyde Park or Parque del Retiro in Madrid. This would be kind of like a stunning kind of residence, the Chief Minister's residence, and then the
That's it, yeah. Yes.
Yes. And what we need to think about, again, following the this road actually is higher. It's kind of modeled as if it's on the ground, but the truth is we need to explore, because this is essentially a no-build zone. What we need to explore is how we are.
Real estate across town, where
The startups.
Yes, అక్కడ మనకి మాస్టర్ ప్లాన్ లో మనకి రెసిడెన్షియస్ షిఫ్ట్ చేస్తున్నాం.
ఇక్కడ దాని పక్కన ఒకసారి చూడండి. Keep it in mind.
The soil conditions,
now,
the temperature.
Compared to that, this is more straight, more beautiful, elegant.
Sir, it makes sense, sir.
Two kinds buildings or kind of population that would be living here.
We are going to bring here uniform, full township can be created, because 250 acre, best developers.
The only thing, the parcel size the proposed is each to 2.5 acres.
Yes, it's somewhat larger than
We
previously.
can make it also.
Lord Foster felt that that is a very maybe too weak a gesture. You know, if we're going to have water, let's have a lot of water and all these very important institutions, right? But obviously, more work needs to be done. This is not the only answer. But we certainly, between this option here and this option here, the pedestrian kind of like routes lead up to the kind of like the parliament. So I think both conceptually, philosophically, and spatially, it's a much more powerful kind of like approach. But it needs more. It's a very important shift.
One more submission. So now, from this area, sir, we will be going into the Sakamore Park. Sakamore Park is like again like this.
Central Park will be a very valuable asset.
Absolutely.
How many acres? 250 here?
It's also 250 acres.
Mixed use. This is Justice City also, we are going to have some property.
Yes, sir.
So that there's also kind of, between these kind of two opposite communities, there is interaction. So
Again, one more program I have to go.
the day before yesterday, 250 meter tall kind of spire, just to underneath here are the four individual kind of parliamentary sections, which are individual buildings under one big roof. Just like the previous seamless kind of roof that allows light into the chambers. You can see the chambers just underneath here, the kind of the assembly chambers just below this level, and the viewing platform is here.
Now, in this structure, there is some
which we talked about. I mean, all the kind of adjustments, the kind of central fountain with the statue, and then this is the kind of whole central regarding the natural ventilation. So the overall form is still maintained, but we are evolving it along.
Only there, the tower also, you be clear how to get the tower.
Exactly the same projects, right? I mean, only that. Sorry. So, the day before yesterday, and as you move around from the front, you will see the image changing. If you're on this corner, you can see an image here, and you can see an image on this. The whole building, if we had kind of built a model of the whole building, you would see 8 images. So that gives you a bit of an idea what
You work it out, we'll see that.
Building and the High Courts. So this is a bit of work that we still have to kind of do with your planning team. The other kind of middle and kind of like primary roads. And what we feel very strongly is, in order to intensify the sort of the civicness of this kind of central quarter, is that we have a primary commercial road, which really becomes the primary address for all the main
Event here.
ఇది యాక్చువల్గా 100 మీటర్స్ కట్టకూడదు, ఆ తర్వాత కట్టుకోవచ్చు. ఇది కంప్లీట్గా ఫ్రంట్లో నీట్గా డెవలప్ చేస్తుంది. ఇది దాదాపు ఎంత 300 మీటర్స్
చివరికి వచ్చేప్పటికి 180.
ఈ టవర్స్ ఇట్లా పెట్టుకోవాలి అక్కడికంటే.
It should be very much more informal and residential. The truth is that this here really is your fork, and this here, just like in Central Park, Fifth Avenue, this is a very, very important address. It's a very important face of the city. And you can see there, it looks very attractive because it's to really have a very strong address here. And of course, there will be... No, absolutely.
Then it will become routine.
Yes.
No, I can understand.
Very heavy and that kind of public glaring, but it should be very, very lively.
Lively and creative.
People can just come and sit out, and they have some food joints, they have a little play area.
Yes, absolutely.
All these things have to come, sir. Otherwise, it gets very monotonous.
Did not present it to you is because we felt once you have to put lifts in and staircases and everything, it just makes it very unelegant.
No, only my thinking is when it makes all the difference with your material and display. Yesterday, finally, how you are going to place it is very important.
Actual kind of capital district park needs to have a much greater definition, just like all the kind of major kind of parks.
ఈ ఎడ్జెస్ స్ట్రైట్గా ఉంటాయి, ఎందుకంటే ఇక్కడ నిలబడుకున్న వాళ్ళకి ఇవన్నీ బెండ్స్ అయి ఉంటే షోగా వస్తుంది. ఇలా బెండ్స్ ఈ ఎడ్జ్లోకి వచ్చేసరికి ఇది స్ట్రైట్గా ఉంటుంది.
కరెక్ట్గా వచ్చింది.
Ceremonial access.
This is how many acres? This block?
This is 1 kilometer by 1 kilometer.
250, 250, 250. Like this. 1 square kilometer.
And the density, right? We have not changed the quantum. There's as much square meters of building this area.
This is very attractive. Current situation is very good. Earlier they
No, sir, is saying how will you control this? Because this is private development.
Yeah, to present to you, Chief Minister, even in model, we use new technology to print the facade with the pattern that we could have discussed right up. So in front and from the other side, you will see the image changing. So if you
please like, share, and subscribe for more.